Yo, Tony D back with a review. We have New Gods 4, Ram V, writing duties. Cagle is, I can't emphasize enough that he's a fantastic artist. But it starts off to issue 3. We find out that the child is actually a weapon created by, I would say, not the new gods, but the gods before them. Through war and everything, they created that child as a ultimate weapon. But we get to New Father having a conversation. This guy's pretty powerful. Can't remember his name. That's one thing I get a little twisted up with these books is, it's Isaiah. Since I didn't really grow up with the new gods, I'm not as savvy with who they are, origin. So it is a fresh take. So we're getting the High Father. This is him in the past creating his city. And it's interesting how Isaiah is talking about the mother box as it's a living being and it can think and it has intelligence. I guess you could relate that to AI today, maybe. And it evaluates things to what their true potential could be. So it analyzes and it produces a result. That's AI, man. Like, I didn't even think about it reading it the first time. So the High Father's creating a city. This is important, where he actually creates a mother box in the center of the city, a giant one in the heart of the city. If ever something bad happens, it's like a ultimate contingency plan. Cagle's art is so good. I just noticed this on this issue. I get so wrapped up in the details of his art. When I'm reading, my mind turns off from the reading. It's a weird thing. Like, I'm not retaining what I'm reading. And Ram V is pretty deep and you need to be paying attention, but I'll have to go back and reread stuff. I don't mind that. It's just an interesting thing I notice about myself, getting lost in this detail. At first I thought it was just Ram V being very intricate, but I'm looking at this stuff. I'm looking at all the cross hatching, the detail. I get lost. I love it. So they're under attack by this group. I think it's a Chitauri. She's extremely powerful. So they make their battle plans. They initiate them to fight off this battle. And Apocalypse has already been taken over by this group. That's a great shot of a ship just going down. So you have all this going on, and then we flash to Scott Free, Mr. Miracle, and Barda with the child that they're protecting. And remember, they had 7 days. Orion gave them 7 days to escape him from, he's charged with eliminating the threat. I call it a threat? I don't know. So, yeah, they fought off. There's a group chasing them. And they fought them off. This is like some comedy relief here. Not too bad. But they make it through the attack that this group has. And, the mother boxes are telling them, hey, they're under attack. That their home is under attack. So they just get the message there. And then you get this, Orion's caught up with him. And it's interesting, he talks about how time passes differently in the New Gods world as compared to ours. They introduce the 7 days are up. This is a great introduction where you see his shadow and he's dragging this weapon. And he's like, hey, it's on. It's the fourth world where time is different. And so they're still under attack. Just great stuff. Great artwork, man. So Orion is, or the High Father, he's talking about, he calls this thing a God surge, where it's like he's releasing his power. He's saying that they have constraints and he's releasing those constraints. And then he walks into the large mother box. This is the leader of the attacking group. It looks like there's so many of these antagonists that just the sheer numbers, they'll take over. That's the feeling I get. Oh man, I just can't emphasize enough how good Cagle is. Look, that's how I get lost. Luckily, there's only a few words here. Great stuff. And then you kick back to this where they're trying to talk sense into him. I don't think you're going to be able to do that. And they're trying to protect this child. And within this battle, the child starts powering up, unbeknownst to Mr. Miracle. And it's happening. It's like it's under threat by a new god. So it's powering up, maybe. But then we get back to the High Father in the mother box within the city, and the writing's really good here for an outro. Inheritor of grim wisdoms. It's like the High Father's back. I thought he was sacrificing himself, but it looks like he's changed. Looks like a younger self. And he's telling them to clear the field, and he's probably going to take care of it. We'll see, though. But I want the next issue, right? I want to see what he does to that field, and I have to see what happens to the child. Like, he's powering up. Is he going to give Orion a massive beatdown? But yeah, I totally enjoy this series. Get into it, man. The thinking I had growing up with the New Gods, I wasn't into it. But if I kept that thinking and get out of my comfort zone and just try something new, I just wouldn't find this. And one thing about trying something new, I'm not just wasting my money. I'll go buy artwork. The covers are really what hook me in to newer stuff. When I get into something new, it's very brief. I check out the cover. I'll read like a little synopsis of it. Like my comic shop always has a good little one, and I just read. I don't get into the hype of the synopsis. I just read what it's about. And then in my mind, I'm thinking, all right, we may have something here. But yeah, that's just a little extra. You know how we do.